Hello, guys. Welcome to the studio where we create joy one brushstroke at a time. I have been slapping paint on paper and enjoying the process because that's what I do. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about these beauties. And all you guys, if you've been following, if you're subscribed to the channel, and you know about all of the things with Utrecht and Blick and all the things right about now, you understand where I'm getting ready to go with these. So I've been using, I love all watercolors. Let's just put it this way. Whether it has a lot of this, that, or the third, it doesn't matter. If you can slap some paint on some paper and make a beautiful rose, or if you're swatching, or if you're making lemons, whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter, right? All I like to do is put some stuff down and see what's new that I can add to my journey. Okay, I've added this new brush. Isn't it huge? So I've added this new brush, this new brush, this new brush, and so these are the new brushes. So we're going to use all of these brushes eventually. I'm going to make this video, try to keep it within a reasonable amount of time because I don't want it to be long. I want you to be able to get what I'm giving you and then move on. Okay? Now, it's going to be a little two-in-one. I have watercolor paper that is B paper. It's 140 pounds. It is 100% cotton. Then I also have this Jumbo Artist Pad Be Inspired, but it's by B Paper Company. So it's Be Inspired, but here's the thing. This is 140 pounds. The only difference is this is 100% cotton. So that's hence the Be Inspired, but it is by B Company. Now, this one is 100% cotton, so the difference. And I wanted to see for myself which one I like because I'm not one of the people that's got to jump to Arches and 100% cotton paper because sometimes I personally don't need all the things like that. I don't need the watercolor to be down. And in my humble opinion, that's just what I'm saying. As for me in the studio, I like to show you what is available, what's out there, and what some people say. But for me, I know I love this watercolor pad. I've made my art journals out of this watercolor pad. And I'm going to slap some paint on some paper and just show you what it's all about. So, and you'll see. But, it's only going to be in my humble opinion, right? It's just going to be how I feel. It's not necessarily going to be law. And that's it. And also with the same thing with these brushes. I got these brushes because they are pretty. But they do serve a function. So these are Filberts. Y'all know I've been down the Filbert aisle. And these are just regular round Princetons because I needed some new round brushes because I'm using the heck out of them. But I'm getting into new brushes, all of the brushes that I have. So I'm getting into using different sizes and things like that. But this one I just had to get because look how big that sucker is. It is as long as my arm. Um, but it feels good. And a large is for the people that's, usually back or whatever. But I've tried it a couple times and I liked it. All right. But what I have done is I wrote myself a permission slip. Y'all know Shauna Klingelman created these permission slips in Heart Art Design. And so my permission slip for the 5th, I put the 5th on here. I give myself permission to say no without explanation. No means no. That's that. Now the next permission slip, I decided I was going to write it because today is the 8th and I feel like I need to, and I dated this video, but it is June the 8th at the time of this recording, 25. If you're in future, listen. But right now, I'm giving myself permission to try something new. So I'm giving myself permission to try something new. Okay. We're trying Utrecht Artist Gouache. For those that don't like it, hey, that's cool. If you've never tried it, hey, that's cool. I'm not here to inspire you what's the word? Influence you. It's my permission slip to try something new. And that's what I'm doing. And I'm collecting my permission slips so I can keep them and put them in my journal at the end of each month. I'm going to put them because I have a June because we're going on a cruise. And so I'm going to make a journal from my vacation. And so that's one of the things, give myself permission to have fun on a cruise, let go of uncertainties and all of that. Okay, I've dated the heck out of this video for future. Do apologize. Now let's get into these. This is Utrecht Artist Gouache 8 color mixing set, right? And I felt a little bit inspired to try different kind of gouache because I have a Hemi set that's gouache and I love it. I love it. Kuretake has a little bit of gouache in it, so I've had that, so I liked it. But this video might be the video that helps you breathe again with color, right? Because y'all know with me, it's all about healing what? One brushstroke at a time. So the concept is to take these out, and we have permanent white, cadmium lemon, burnt yellow, yellow rose, no, hold on, wait, burnt brilliant yellow, rose tyrene, Tyrien, flame red, turquoise blue, ultramarine blue, and ivory black. And these are Utrecht gouache. Now, let's talk about gouache. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna talk about these in the sense of how these colors feel, not just what it does. Because when we paint, we don't just mix pigments. Sometimes I'm mixing emotions. Sometimes I come to the studio and I have emotions, right? So we're going to go through at the end and I'm going to put emotions on here for me, like what does permanent white means? What does cadmium yellow means, right? So, but for right now, I wanted these here to represent different emotions and seasons of life. Like when we think about, red and yellow, that's kind of like, let's see, joyful coral. Like you can take those colors. But first, let me mix these and put these in. We have 8. So we got 3, 6, 7, 8. So we'll be able to put them on the outside. I don't think I need to do white. But because it's gouache, we're going to put them all in here because I'm going to use these again. Now, hopefully, if you have let's put white in the center. Let's do that. Oh, they're coming out already good. Now, let me see. I need to put my glasses on because I need to read a little bit, just a tad. But the pigment is PW6. It's titanium white. Light fastness is 1. Transparency is opaque, which is, these are gouache. So, yeah. Let's put that back in there. We have cadmium lemon. And this one isn't cadmium free. You can also get cadmium free from Utrecht. All right, let's go around here. Let's put yellow right there. Oop, that came out a little fast. We really only wanted a little dot, so that means I'm going to have some left. Okay, let's go this way and be a little bit more gentler. Oh, maybe it just can't be. Okay, no worries, no worries. Let's just go squeeze it out. Slap some paint in the egg. And y'all know this is my, oh, get out. My little egg that I got from Michael's, that I got it during Easter. Of course, I didn't put devil eggs in it. Y'all see what I'm doing with it. I am using it for paint. So, I hate when I ask for one thing and I don't get what I want. Okay. I think I'm going to have fun with this turquoise blue. And these are series 2. I think the dog needs to come in. I hear a little scratchy outside. So, and then we have, this one is Flame Red. I think that's a good name, Flame Red. It's bold. It looks like it's going to be on fire. It shows passion, strength, and sometimes anger, right? You can use this color that's been waiting to be expressed, right? When you got anger that just needs to go pop out because whatever's going on in your life and you just need to go and slap some red down. My colors, when my anger and all, it was blue and black. So when you look at this ultramarine blue, it's this is the deep thinker in the box, which is sometimes what I guess I can kind of say. I was into a deep thought of, God, what in the world's going to be now, right? Right? Blue ultramarine holds mystery, makes me kind of reflect. Blue is the color that I wrote in my journal, my pen, with my calligraphy pen. So that was a reflection of my faith. It's where wisdom kind of lives for me. It's the color, so that's why I was at. Now, black, ivory black. This is ivory black. People shy away from the black, right? But I think it's one of the most honest colors. Ivory black doesn't lie. It's grounding, it's depth, and it brings contrast so you can see everything else clearly. Without darkness, I don't think, the light doesn't shine as bright. Because think about it, when you put black down on a piece of paper, like you put all black, and then you start putting things on top of it, it's like shines just bright. Okay, that's that. We're going to take these and close these up. My nice little box that they will stay in. I haven't decided if I was going to put them in a palette. I'm going to decide when I pretty much do this. So we're going to start out with the bee paper. Be inspired. Let's put this over here. And let's go this way because I like to turn it book form because I usually put them in my make them out of a book. Let's use this one. We're going to use, this is a Filbert 1.5. Get our water. And let's talk about it. I did another video, and I don't know if you guys have seen it. I'll try to link it to this video. But I was talking about heartbreak, like how God will let your heart break. And sometimes the heartbreak isn't necessarily to break you. It's to break you into your future, kind of, before he'll let you break yourself down, kind of. And that's kind of the way sometimes I feel. I don't know. I think I want to, let's just go for it. All right, we're going to do some flowers. No, we're not. We're going to swatch. We're going to just swatch. Oh, look at that. Oh, it kind of makes me want to just put a flower down. Yes, I am. Let's go. Let's do it. Oh, look at that brush. We're doing two things here. We're looking at the paints and we're looking at the brush. This is that Filbert. The thing that I was wanting to really, really hone in on when I was thinking about, because I started to do these, swatch these, and I was just like, no, I'm going to just make a video, and that way, it'll be out there. But these are just, I'm new to gouache, I can say that. But, oh goodness, the wrong thing. No wonder. That thing probably was just like, what are you talking about? I don't understand. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me get this here. I changed something. I want to make sure that it comes through good. Oh, we're going to that's pretty. Let's do that. Hopefully. Okay, hopefully he'll come in. Okay. All right, sorry. So let's slap this down. This part when I do the center, I really be wanting it to be wet because I want it to kind of just bleed out and just do its thing. Now this is just a regular flower. I just want to put it down to see how it feel. Like I'm testing out so much like the pigment. Like what does the color look like? How bold is it? Let's go and drop some more down in there. Oh, look at that. Because what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to be taking my gouache and mixing it with my watercolors. Because I can, right? So when you think about watercolor, when you think about gouache, it's opaque water-based paint that combines the qualities of kind of like watercolor and acrylic, but it's a little bit more. It's kind of it's a little bit. It's a lot more, not a little bit. It's a little lot more movable than acrylic. You know, y'all know what I say about watercolor. Watercolor is just like Jesus. It's very forgiving. So let's mix this all up and let's just slap this down. And then it has a, we're gonna let this dry, but it's a, I don't know. Most people go for the finish, you know. It's also we re-wettable, or you know, I like that. But again, like it just reminds me of gouache. So I asked the question, um, what's the difference between the watercolor um, and gouache, right? Because I'm a watercolorist. I use watercolor. So it's just one of those things that you know. Sometimes you ask yourself the question, and when you ask yourself the question, you're like, maybe somebody else want to know the answer to that question. So I don't know, but watercolor versus gouache is right now. I don't feel no difference. That's just me. But I know that some people that are really into doing all the things, they be looking for something different from their paints and things. Y'all know me, I'm just over here slapping paint on paper, healing one brush stroke at a time. All right, this color is, put my cheat sheet over my box. This is turquoise blue. Say that 10 times. Okay, remember we're doing the performance of this brush too. Oh, pretty. Look at that tip. I like that tip, the way that comes down. No. Yes. Oh, yes. And it's not so. This one is a half. So I have another one that's bigger. I feel like I got another one that's also. This is a half. I thought there was another one that was smaller. It might be in my Emma LaFave brush. But you know when Tammy K came out with her brush set and all of the it was a filbert that I fell in love with, and I was just like, oh, I hadn't used the filbert, so that's that. The brush and the turquoise blue, amazing. So when you think about watercolor and gouache, the thing that I'm learning is that the feature that they have, like watercolor has, they got transparency, the finish, the layering, um, the re-wettability. Like I said, you can re-wet it. You can like you. This is probably gonna sit in here because I put too much in there, and I'm gonna reuse it, and I can come back and re-wet it, and it doesn't matter. It's gonna still re-wet. So that's another thing. It's like you know like watercolor. But the thing of it is, it's a bit thicker when it's re-wetted. That's what I learned about my other ones. Oh, that's too much on there. Let's get that off. Let's come on. So when you think about if you're on the fence about trying gouache, or if you're on the fence about trying watercolors, don't be. They kind of behave almost the same. You can see now this is just like watercolor. It behaves like that when you put too much in your pan, and I don't want all of that on there. So see, that egg is finna be full because I don't want all of that on there. But I am gonna put that down there and let the brush do the work. Okay, there we go. I didn't want it to be too much. Okay, let's just bend these up. See, so it behaves. It's a little forgiving. A little forgiving. Now I want a lot of that pigment to make this. Watch this, watch this. Look at that. Watercolor would have ran a little bit faster. So this one kind of sits still. It doesn't it didn't move as fast as I wanted it to, but it could be how I'm maneuvering it too. Let's see. Could be. Could be the user. User error. Trust me. It's a problem. It's user error. Oh, let's get this on. Am I on camera? Whew. I'm sorry if I wasn't. Okay, we got 3 flowers. We see 3 flowers. Yes. Okay. Now, all right. So the harder you fix the mistake recovery, the harder to fix once dry. Easier to. That's watercolor. It's harder to fix once dry. I don't know. Gouache that says easier to paint over and correct. I think watercolor again. That's how I do my layers. And I guess if you're talking about when you wake it up, it could possibly, I don't know. But so they're saying mistake recovery, watercolor is harder to fix once it's dry. Gouache is easier to paint over and correct. I can see that because gouache is a little thicker. Okay, got that. Watercolor, soft blends, visible brush flow. Then you got the gouache, which is why people I've heard love gouache. It's bold, it's rich, it's a flat color block, more, what's the word? Graphic, more like this is gonna. It doesn't really show the streaks like the watercolor thing does, right? So, watercolor is great for you got the what you like the Daniel Smith, the granulatings, which I like because it handles my emotions. Like the granulating, you got the different colors or whatever. Whereas gouache is ideal like for people that use it for illustrations and layering, lettering, and bold, the expressive, because it's a little bit more controllable. Maybe I still think it's user error, right? So the finish, like we're gonna let these here dry, but watercolor, I had a watercolor that I wanted to use an example of. Okay, we ain't done all the colors, but we did enough. This is watercolor. So where it's saying that watercolor is harder to fix once it's dry, I can see that. But this also is what I can do. What I usually do is, let's say right here, I don't like this. I can just gingerly get right in there and just reactivate it, right? And see how it moves around, right? Take some of that water off now that I done woke it up. And you get to move it. You get to move it out. So it's not so rough anymore. So that's why I disagree a little bit with, what I just said with my research that was pulling up. There we go. Now, I also think I wish there was some red in here, but let's kind of put some of this in here and see how this works. Not that bad, not that bad. But this is a watercolor, and you see the streaks, like this paper. Oh, as a matter of fact, this is the B paper as well. So you can see, I hope you can see, the tooth. I like paper with tooth. That's what they call it, the tooth, the ridges in the paper. And this one is the B paper as well. So gouache doesn't need those places to kind of go and cradle. It kind of sits on top of it. It kind of didn't really go down in it. Like, I hope you can see that. I hope it's really, 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 let me see, showing it. So you can see this one because it's lighter. Like you can see the grooves. But this right here, it's on top. As to where these, you can see the grooves all the way through. Except if I made it a little thicker, like right there. You can't. But this is choice, guys. This is choice. This is what is your choice to what you like. That's all. That's it. You can use gouache, where gouache is just as loving and just as kind as watercolor. Like you don't have to really decide you want one over the other. You don't have to do that. I am not doing that. Let me not tell you what you don't have to do. You do what you want to do. So here's the thing. If you already have gouache, use gouache. I was just showing you, I was just personally wanting to see what these Utrecht gouache was all about, because these are my first real set out of all the watercolors I got. These are the first ones. And because I'm on the Utrecht journey, because why? They're handcrafted, made here. And so I'm trying to just support what's right here and what doesn't have to come over on a boat or whatever. And Utrecht is been in business since 1949. So I'm also loving Utrecht's watercolors. They are easy to blend. They are nice. They are transparent. They are like butter. Y'all know me. I like butter. Hot butter on a piece of toast, right? So watercolor is great when you're processing something like, for me, my grief. And watercolor is gentle. Like, you literally get to just, paint it around. It mirrors the unpredictability of my emotions. So that's why I love watercolors. But now that I'm really slapping some paint on some paper with this gouache, let's show y'all this black. Right? It doesn't, it's not that I don't like it. Gouache is perfect. It's reclaiming power as well. It's telling my story with these bold strokes. Watch this. Watch this. Like, look at that. Look at that. Who doesn't like a good dark color? Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Let's put a little bit more water and drag it around. Boom. There we go. Right? So, gouache is forgiving as well. It's strong. It allows for edit as well. Same thing that I love watercolor. So, I think that I will probably be combining watercolor and gouache. I'm going to do a little bit more research and see. You know what? I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to have my own research, and I'm just going to let you guys know how it turned out for me, because what's for other people might not be, for me. Over here, I'm just usually trying to heal. I'm usually trying to make sure that my mental stability is set. But look at that. That's nice. Let's slide that down there. So we're going to have fun with these gouache. We're going to have fun with this Utrecht gouache and slapping these flowers. Now this is really taking me back to Kuretake, and the way they are flowing on the paper is really working for me, right? The bold strokes, all of them are yummy. So I like them. I like it. I like it. And then it's not taken away from my watercolor. So let's see. What do I have? Oh, let's take this. I got some watercolor on a palette already. Let's take this. Let's just see. And then I also use gouache to mix with my, like, sometimes I've had mixed with my, look at that. Okay, that's there. Now let's do this over here. Since we already got black in the brush, let's stick to the color. Look at that. I don't see the difference. I really don't. I can see, I think a tad. I can a little, but it's not. It doesn't have anything to do with it. This is gouache, and maybe I don't have enough pigment. I don't know. Let's see. Put that down. I don't know. Leave me a comment in the. How do you feel about watercolor and gouache? Have you used gouache? And if you have, how do you feel when comparing watercolor and gouache? Now, acrylic is not, there is no, it's not the same animal here. It's like apples and oranges. But gouache is just a little close. Now, this is what I will say. See how those burst out? That's the one thing I said that the gouache didn't do. But let me give it another chance on, let's use the ultramarine blue because we want to give everybody a showing. And see, it's thicker. It's just a tad bit thicker. Right there. And then let's put some Yeah, see, that's where it pops, but it doesn't bloom out like that. Now let's see here. Let's do this a little. Look, look at it take off in the watercolor with the watercolor. Oh, and that paper laid down. Okay, love it. I'm gonna be playing more of it. Let's like make that, put that petal down there. Look at that color in there, combination. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, guys, I'm gonna get off of here. Remember, I said I was not gonna make this video long. So we did do three of the things. We did the brush, we did the paper. I just didn't do the other paper because I thought about it. Um, the 100% cotton is gonna absorb more of the gouache. So that's what I feel from just putting this on this paper because this is 140 pounds. And that was one of the things I was saying about cotton paper is that I'm just really like, I like it, but it depends on what I'm using it for, right? Like I have a book that's 100% cotton, but as far as me doing it and kind of making, I don't know, I just don't, it's not my favorite. Let's just put it that way. And for some people, they have a look that they're looking for, and when they put that paint on the paper, they want it to really absorb. Like, see, this doesn't on the back. There's no ghosting, no shadowing, no nothing. And I put a lot of water on there. It didn't warp. It doesn't, it does its own. So if you're looking to find some inexpensive paper, I will suggest, I got this from Walmart. I did. I have like 4 blocks of it because it's what I practice on. And then when I'm going to make a commission piece and do something else, then I'll use a little bit like Fabriano or the Stratford, something like that. So, but if you're looking to start watercoloring, I would suggest try it. Give him Be Inspired a chance because as a new watercolorist, I personally would have liked some paper that wasn't 100% cotton because 100% cotton, you think about it, it's cotton, it absorbs. So that's how, this would possibly do. Let's see how much time I got. We got. Yeah. You know what? Let me do it. Let me do it. Let me do it. Let's pull this out. Let's pull a piece out real quick. Let's just do it real quick, real quick. Because I can hear you in the comments. I can hear you saying, oh my goodness. I can hear you looking at the video. It's like, oh, she didn't do it. She doing it. She gonna do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Pull out one sheet because I want to keep it. Because these, again, I am doing a color comparison with different papers. But this one feels different. This one feels different now. We're going to use gouache on it. Yes, we are. But we're going to do both. All right. Okay, well, hold up. I'm not getting that suck it up like I normally get from Arches. Time I'd have put this on Arches paper, it would have just sucked it up. There would be no more room. And it could be because it's gouache. I'm not sure. Not sure. Let's put a little water on there. Make that puppy move around. Get them petals falling that way. Close that center in a tad. Kind of whoop, swoop, doop, 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 doop. There we go. Okay, now we're going to go into our pan that we already got paint on. I can't remember. Oh, I do know. As a matter of fact, this is Utrecht watercolor. That's in here. One of my tubes came kind of squished up. Okay, let's put that there. I tell you what, guys, I don't see this 100% cotton. I am in love with this 100% cotton. It is not. I'm going to show you. Now I'm going to show you the difference. Now we done went down this rabbit hole. Please, please, please. Hang on, guys. Don't stop. Don't stop. Pause it if you got to go fix you some dinner. You got to take care of the kiddos. Don't leave this show. Stay here. Look at. Okay, let's put some of that there. Boop, boop. Okay. All right, this, I needed to do something else. I want to show you something else. That's what I was going to do. Um, this is, uh-huh. Oh, I'm going to do it right on top of this because this is dry. You see the difference? See how it's sucking it up? It's just literally, see? It doesn't look like this one. I am loving this bee paper. It's sitting there, so see how this is absorbing. See how quick that left? It's gone. This has still got water on it, so if I want to take and do my birch, it's there. Even that part right over here is still a little wet. That's what I didn't like about certain watercolor papers, and this is one that I do love. I like it, but you can see how it's literally gone, and this is still here. Same amount of water, same thing. So that was what I was saying, and this is Academy 100% watercolor Bahong pure cotton watercolor paper. It's the real deal. So when you're getting ready to put it down, you need to be ready to move it, work it, and do what you need to do with it. And when I was learning, this just wasn't the thing I needed to learn. This would have been a little forgiving. This was okay. So I like this paper. So we like this paper. We like both of them, Bee Inspired and the Bee. This is the Bee paper, watercolor paper, which is 100% cotton paper for watercolor. So it's 140 pounds. And this is 6x9. I will link this in the description box below because for both of these, for this one I got from Walmart. So you have to go to Wally World and get that one. But this one I got from Blick. And so I'll put that in the description box below, and you can use my affiliate link to help support my crafty habits. And you get to try out this paper because look at how those flowers sit up on those papers and on these papers. I just love both of them. I don't have anything, I personally don't have anything, but again, when it comes to watercolor paper, watercolor supplies, it's your own interpretation of what it is that you like. For me, I'm creating happiness. Usually I'm trying to get out of a funk. Usually I'm trying to heal from the pain. I'm trying to kick the hell out of grief so that I can heal. So slapping some gouache on some paper or some watercolor on some paper, I'm not really worrying about the paper at that time. So if you're a person and you're watching this video and you thought it was going to be something a little different, maybe it's a little different, but I'm not really that involved with paper. I'm just trying to heal over here and actually give new life to what healing looks like. Because here's what I believe. That heartbreak didn't just change me. It called me into my purpose, into my presence, into my power, right? And so now I'm adding on that journey, I'm adding gouache. So now we're going to have gouache start talking to me just like my mixed media talks to me and all the other things, my acrylic, like we do all the things. So at the end of the day, just ask yourself, what does healing look like with you? What does giving yourself permission to create look like to you? And if you're, someone that you stumbled upon my channel and you're just like, oh man, healing one brushstroke at a time. I mean, what does that look like? What do you want the end to be like? Because over here, we're not just painting, we're recovering one layer at a time, right? All right, guys. So thank you for joining me. And again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, if anything I said resonated with you, do give it a thumbs up. All the YouTube things, give it a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed to the channel, and join me on Mondays and Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, and you get to hang out with me live. All right, guys? Again, this is Utrecht Artist Gouache. I'll leave the link to that in the description box below as well. You guys have a great day. Bye.